Let's do it, girly. Welcome back to another Nourish to Flourish segment with yours truly, Megan the Trainer, registered dietitian. And today, Amy Beans is joining us. And I'm so excited to see you all. It has been a little bit of a hiatus for good reason, of course. But something that I wanted to talk about for the topic for this first video with Miss Avy Beans is about how sometimes self-care looks different in different seasons and how it's not always a knowledge problem, but sometimes it's an overwhelm. Sometimes it's a lack of capacity. Sometimes it's a priorities problem. Speaking from true experience for myself in this current season that I'm in, my self-care looks very different. But now this might resonate with you, whether you are postpartum, whether you are a parent, maybe you aren't even a parent at all. But it can be overwhelming trying to improve your health, trying to take care of your physical body, doing that true act of self-care, of nourishing, so that you could really flourish. Because if you feel like you're somebody who maybe starts and sputters and you know that you could be healthier and you know all of the things that you should be doing, but yet you're just having a difficulty with execution, there's a lot of things that factor into that. Well, one, we need to now break up some habits. These are patterns that you've been doing for maybe a very long time, maybe years, maybe all your life. Think about how long it took to put this old habit into place and how long it's going to be to kind of undo it and put a new one in. So I want you to start small, because for me, I'm starting with just my water. Not that anything else is unimportant, but that is what I have capacity for. That is not overwhelming to me. I can meet my nutrition needs. I can meet my hydration needs. I'm really trying to meet my nutrition needs too, let me tell you. But that is a non-negotiable for me, is making sure that I meet my water intake, not only for her benefit, but also for mine. But think of something that is almost like too easy to do, like it's almost a no-brainer. If you didn't do it, you would feel kind of silly for missing it. And then let that help you build momentum. All right, we don't need to overhaul everything. We don't need to start meal planning, breakfast, lunch, supper, snacks. We don't need to hit 30 grams of protein at every single meal. Of course, I would love it if you could get close to that. But start with one thing and then lock it in. Consistency is important here. That's what's going to be sustainable. Stop waiting for Monday. Stop waiting for Sunday. Stop waiting for the next month, what have you. Because how about you just do something today and then tomorrow you just keep continuing, even if it didn't go as planned, just to see what happens. Because I'm sure the world's going to keep on turning. You don't need to wait for Monday. You don't need to wait for the first of the month. So, right. Avy agrees. That's a solid head nod. Yeah. So again, it's not necessarily about what you know. It's about how you do things with what you know. It's about what you do with what you know. That's more important. Right. Yes. And if you need help kind of setting up some strategies, looking at your environment, looking at your home, looking at your pantry, at your fridge, and making that more conducive to your goals, or looking at your meals, structuring some of those things, and even just some of your behaviors like coping, using food as a stress, or even as a celebratory, kind of thing, feel free to let me know, and I'm happy to help kind of troubleshoot and brainstorm some different things. So now that you know better, let's go ahead and do better so we can all be better. Aviator, do you want to say goodbye? See you later. See you later, alligator.